Hello, hello. Are you able to hear me? So, hello, friends. Are you able to hear me? Yes. So, thank you very much for that. We had a little issue with the sound, but now I think everything is okay. So, hello, friends. Yeah. So everything is set now, so we can just begin. So, in this tutorial, it's everything that you need to know to get started with Civil 3D. Let me take this opportunity to invite you all as you journey with me in this tutorial. So, ladies and gentlemen, future agents of infrastructure, welcome to Civil 3D 101, the only place where you click the wrong button can send your road alignment to Mars. I am Peter Mchina, your guide through the jungle of AutoCAD Civil 3D. If you ever wondered how to turn your mouse click into the actual road pipe surface, congrats, you're in the right place. And yes, we're about to speak fluent polylines. So back up, stretch your clinging fingers, and don't worry. Well, Control Z is our way out of the disaster. So and now let's open Civil 3D. So many buttons, so much power, and so much potential to ruin a drawing in one click. But don't worry, think of this interface as your toolbox. So let's get started. So I'll be opening Civil 3D. So whatever I will do here is just to click open. When you click open, you will open a previous drawing. For example, if I have a previous drawing here, I can be able to access them. Here you get to see your recent projects. For example, I have here drawing number 3. I have Nairobi Road here. I have Edbergon Road with corridors. I have some of the projects that I did recent. But now if I want to create a new project, because now we'll be starting from afresh, I just click new. And when I click new, I will come to this interface. There it is, the beautiful chaos that I was talking about. So many buttons, so much power, and so much potential to doing a drawing in one click, just one. But don't worry, think of this interface as your toolbox, except this toolbox has like 200 tools, and none of them look like whatever they do. So this interface, I want you to take it as your toolbox and think of it as having around 200 tools. Yeah, and none of it look like whatever it does. So see this, that is the home tab. Ironically, this is where you spend most of your time. So this home tab, this is where you will spend most of your time. I keep repeating this so because I know that this tutorial is meant for Israel's idea. So whatever you are going to do now, we're going to import our points first, and then we get to create alignment. That is what we're saying. So I'll be taking you through this process. So first we need to bring our data here, that is survey data. So the first thing that you need to know is that Civil 3D, when you want to draw a road, you will collaborate with the surveyor. The surveyor will give you the survey data which you will use to create your alignment and other stuff, and corridors and other. So you need to be very keen on those data. If he gets them wrongly, you will also might get it wrongly. So remember that these AutoCAD Civil 3D is a software that when you command it right, it will give you correct things. But when you do messy, it will give you a messy stuff. So let's get started. So whatever I will do now is just to click on points. I right click and I click create. We have talked about our story a lot. So let's get started. So I have just click points. I right click and then I create points. And now I will come here to this tool and then I will click import. So click there and then you get to import. So whatever I will do here is just click this plus button and then I get to my survey data. So but this time let's choose this point data, open. The next thing that I need to do is to change how they are filtered, and then I will choose this one, the point nothing listing point elevation. So when you import them, you'll not see them here. What do I do now? Have I imported anything? That is the question that you might be asking yourself. So close this one, and then you click the zoom tool. You click there, and your data will be here. So remember these are points that are used and you are get to acquire these data from the quantity survey from the surveyor, that is run surveyor I think. So after getting your data, but for this time I will need to import another data since this one won't work for us the magic that we need to do. So I will go back to import. Let's go back. So I know by now you should have known how to import. You just right click, then import, and then this time we're going to look for some data that I had that are so simple. So let's check them out. I think I had them. Um, they must be here. So it's here. Click data, and I will click total survey points. And then I click OK. But for this time, remember these data so were arranged, so that's why I've selected these points. So ensure that the data that you get from the survey are so correct, or else you do some kind of messy things. So these are points that I am getting from the surveyor, and they look like that. And when you look at them, you can be sure that these are all because of how they are arranged and stuff like that. So after importing your points, the next thing that you need to do is to create a surface. So whatever you need to do is go to point group and then you click edit points, then you click there, properties, and then whatever you need to do here is to click OK. Let's go back. Um, so having point group, I will just click properties. Here we like to let's do this one. So I will create a surface instead of going all that way. Let's create a surface. I will call it surface. Then I will click OK. So the surface is here. Now I will like click there. Then I go to point group. So I will right click and then click add. I will add all points. Then I will apply. Then I click OK. So that's how you get to create a surface. So very easy and very cheesy. So I told you that Control Z is our way out of messy. So I just control Z to ensure that you have gotten that. So control Z again, and you don't have a surface. So how do we do it now? Whatever you need to do is this, very simple. So just go again to let's go back. Let's go back again. So I'm here, and whatever I need to do now is good now. So I will go to surface. Now we create a surface. Remember, you can give this surface whatever name that you want here. So I can call it what? Let's say it's a road, maybe from. We don't want to assume, but let's call it surface. Because you don't want to be accused of something that we didn't do. Then create, and then on that surface you right click. You click on, and then you go to point groups, and then here you right click, you add, and you add all points. Now you apply, and Civil 3D does magic for you. There we have another way. There is no other way to create a surface here. So we just have to go with that. So remember that alignments are so. An alignment is like that friend who knows exactly where they are going, even if we don't. So it is so important for you. So so that we cannot drown this design to a river, as we had said earlier. So for us to get started, I will do a simple thing. I will go to my fonts again. Then I'll go to properties. Here is when you have to be very strategic. I'll go and I will click none of it. I click none, and when I have none, I will click apply, and then I'll go to include, and then in the include let me apply. So I will have none of it. So go back to information. Repo I can click elevation and description now. So I will go to include, exclude. Uh, let's go back. Let's create only uh, add points, include. Okay. So we have to go to points, and then we add point groups. Click new, and then here we will add points that are filter with row description matching, and then we click CL. CL means center line, so we definitely need to create a center line. So let's check whether, so we have our center line, but whatever we need to do here is just to ensure that I get the point. Maybe I can say none so that I don't get to be distracted. And then I will apply again and see. Let's change this one to description only, apply, and then we see. So we have points with center line only here. So I see so many engineers doing it the wrong way. Like when you get a line, you just assume, let me hope that this is the center line. So ensure that the point that you're given by the surveyor, you use them the right way to create your alignment. So this is how I do it. And then now I have my center line very well. You can see them here. They are CL, 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 CL to the end. And now when I'll be creating my alignment, it will be so easy because I'll be following these points instead of having like all the points, and then we suffer because we don't see the center line. So this is the easiest way for you to create a center line overall. And when you check at it, you can see it like it's so good like that. Yeah, those this is a nice way for you to create it. Remember that we said center and your alignments are very key in your design. If you don't know how to do it, you know nothing. So let's go. I hope you got it how you did it. Like when you import points, you need to change how they are, and then you choose your point you add, and then you choose point margin with CL only, and then they will appear here. And when they appear now, the only thing that you need is to create a perfect alignment. So with that, friends, let's continue. So I'm going just to click alignment, load alignment. Remember to organize your work so that you don't suffer at the end. And here we are saying that this is the center line, and then maybe perhaps I can give a description as surface roads alignment. Let me give it a CL. Surface road, not road, but road. CL. CL like that. And then yeah, just leave it as it is. I don't have to. It is a proposed one, so I don't need to change anything. I'm just going to click OK. And then here you get this tool, and then you choose tangent with curves. After that, you click on your first point, and then you arrange it like this, like that, like that, like that. So here you need to be very patient as you be doing this. So and receive there so that you can be able to do this project to the end. And I appreciate you following through. So feel free to click that share button, subscribe and comment. And maybe if you have anything that you need us to do, you can also comment there and we get to check at it. And then we get to respond to you in due time. So whatever now I'm doing is to trace my center line, which in this case I just call it CL, like that, and you will have a perfect road. Because when you create a good center line, it will ensure that your road is not running over buildings, over rivers, over churches. Because if the point were taken very correctly, then you should have a perfect design. So I'm just going to do like this, like that, to ensure that I don't get my point running over buildings or other stuff. So I ensure that I am within the proposed center line. But if these are road that have been existing, then this is the existing center line. So ensure that you get those terms correctly here. So if a road have been existing there and they know already what the center line is, so then that is the existing center line. So but for our case here we have proposed, we don't know because the point have been sent to us and then we were told that this is the center line, so we have to work with it that way. Just have to follow that center line and ensure you're good like that here. So don't mind the noise in the background. Yeah. And engineers are always busy, so busy site, busy everything. So let's follow the center line. If I were to do this very correctly, I'll be zooming point by point. But since I want to do it very fast so that you can continue to the next step, that's how I'm doing it like this, like that. So ensure you, like that you see, we have learned to another point that we should not have. Let's hope that we are going to trace it back so that we don't get to design these things wrongly. So you need to zoom it, ensure you can zoom it, get to the point that you perhaps need to get to. The reason that I choose curve with curves is because of something that I would have shown you that when you are designing, for example, a road of design speed of 100 kilometers per hour, these curves the software will determine for you, so I will not have to struggle. So as long as I have a good design speed, then the software should do magic for me. And then I'll click escape, and then there I have my center line right that. So you can see the center line. We have drawn it so nicely. Then now I just have to close it. So remember, the center line is very, very important. Yeah, if you did that, congratulations, you just experienced your first civil 3D. Thank you. Let's continue. The next thing that you need to do is to create a profile of this road. So the next thing that we should do is to create a, a profile for this road. The profile is like when you check this road from a certain angle, how is the surface aligned, such stuff, and we are going to demonstrate that in just a few minutes. And I have these things to say to you before we get to create profile. Profiles are like toolbars of your road. It's what underneath that counts. Click on that profile tab, create profile, surface profile. Yes, it is that part where you finally realize your terrain is smooth sailing or full of surprise mountain. Yeah, so remember that this is like we want to check the terrain of our surface. So I just go to create profile, create surface profile, and I will click this surface because this is my load. This is whatever I and remember surface road alignment. We are using that center line basically. So that is whatever we are using right now. And then I will add, and then here I will draw the surface there, and then here I need to click next. I will change nothing. I will click next. I will click next again, and then I will click create surface profile. And wherever I will click, I just have my profile nice like this. So one thing that I need to tell you that our surface now is like this. So remember, you cannot drive in such a surface, even if you are a mediocre. We not want to drive in such a surface like this one. You see this one. So these are profile like this one that I have highlighted here. You may not want to drive in such a surface. So we have to cut it and give it a proposed profile so that when they are having their cards and feeds, so that the load can be smooth and yeah, we'll have a good terrain, smooth and full of not so many surprising mountains. So let's go back to our home tab. And I told you that you will be spending much of your time in your home tab. So I'll just click alignment again, and then I will click go. I see. So this is what we are having, and you can get to create it also that way. But for this case, I don't need to draw anything, and whatever I will do now is to correct that profile and draw with tangent curves. So whatever I was doing there is to ensure that I get to propose my. So you ensure that it is very smooth so that everyone who drives on it is very comfortable, and you avoid so much surprises to the people who will be driving through. So that is our proposed profile like that, and then I click escape, and now you will have all that. So that is how you get to create your vertical profile like that. Remember that it is very important for you to know how to create these profiles like this, like that. So we have our profile. So our road will be smooth like this. You get to drive this way, and that way. Compared to our first one where you will drive in a way that might not be so good. So after that, the next thing that you need to do is to create an assembly, and those assemblies will help you to create your corridors. So I guess we can do that right now, or we'll do it next time. Let me check out the comments here, and then I will get to decide whether we do it now or do it next time. Yeah. I think we're doing good. We're doing good. Uh, yeah. So after that, the next thing that you need to do, this is everything that you need to get started with AutoCAD Super 3D. So I will just go and create assembly. So assembly is here. So click here. Remember I told you that you spend a lot of your time in home tab, and the home tab should be your friend. So whatever I do here is just to create assembly, and those assembly we will use them in our next lesson to create our corridors of this proposed code. So I just create assembly, and then assembly can call it assembly of road surface or surface road of, so call it surface road like that. Then perhaps you can call it also assembly, so that we get it correct. So I think everything is okay. Just create, and then I will get these two here. After that, I go to setting. I click assembly. Go back to prospector assembly. Then I click here. You see this top palette. I click here, and this will appear, which I will add here. I will add it here. So after adding this one, I'll be creating assembly with it. So I perhaps I can take you through this. So this assembly basic, rain, shoulders, medians, and that like that. So remember, the first thing that we need to do is we can have this assembly like a basic assembly, basic train transition, divided highway. So these are so much like there are so much basic. So let's go to basic here, and then we can decide to create uh, so the first thing that I will create is a basic barrier, and then I will create it here. Yeah, so I have created my surface barrier there, and I think it's good like that. So the next thing that I need to do is I will just click enter, and then the next thing that I need to create is now uh, my range. So I just go back to basic, and then um, let's go to rain, and then I will choose um, let's choose some generic wave pavement structure, and then I just press it here like that. Then I click it there like that, and then here we come and look at which side. Now it was on the right, I will change it to left, and then I will come and click here like that, sub assembly like that. So the both side I will have like my range. So remember this, I'm using them to create my corridor. So you need to get your assembly very correct. So after that, I just need to create after we have parts. So whatever else, what else do we have? I mean, need to have a drainage there, drainage here, and now we have a path or a cycling path. So let's go there. So I'll go to let's click enter. So now I'll go to shoulder. Yeah, you need to create a shoulder. Let me create this shoulder, and then remember that now we have this shoulder perhaps on the left, and then we might create it first here, sub assembly like that, but that is not so well. So let's go back. I think I should do it better. So we go here, we click right hand side, then we click here again, and we have our assembly done very well. So you get to see the corridors when we be viewing everything. So after creating that, we need to create a curb, and then we get to create a drainage. So I will just click enter again, click enter. On the right hand side, let's try this one. So I think I have not selected this. Yeah, so I'm good. I'm cool. We are cool. We are doing well. So um, I will not be changing much of the settings since I don't have the specifications. But if I were to I would have specification of the width of the road, the size of the shoulder. I would be changing these settings that you're seeing here. But this time I don't have it, so I will just continue to create whatever I need to create. Let's create sub-assembly like that. Go back here, and now you need to choose to the left like this. Click here, sub-assembly again, and you will have your road assembly like that. So remember, you have your assembly now. So whatever you need to do now is to create a drainage perhaps on the other side. We can do that very fast. Um, So cricket, and then trenches. We can have this side ditch on the side and this side of the road. So we can have it here like that. So remember that is on the right hand light. So let's put it on the left, and I come here like that, and we should be good. So the next thing that I need to do is the footpath now that we should get out on this kind of a load. So I need to create go back to a bridge. I don't need a bridge here. I need to create a I don't need a retaining one. Don't need this. I need to create a so I need to create right. Let's go back to shoulder. We see whether I can get them there. Shoulder, shoulder. I'm trying to get the footpath. We seems we're not getting them today. Mm-hmm. What are we going to do? I think we can just add a shoulder. Seems we're not getting whatever we needed, but let's go to right. I think we can. I think we can command some things here. We can enter, and then we get to create a ring. Let's create one here. I think we can do that. Okay, let's change this hand side to be something like that. And I think it has worked for us. Click there, enter, and we have a nice assembly. So that is our assembly. Here is our assembly, and we are done with that. So the next thing that we need to do is to create our corridors, corridors. And then here we have our corridor, corridors. We have basic corridor here, alignment. And then here we create that road surface one, alignment is choose this one, and then corridor template. I don't know whether we can have any here. browse template. Let's try this one. Click open and click OK. Click target surface. OK. Then click there. OK. Then we have modeling corridors like that. So this is all that you need to know so that you can get started with. So now get just like that, Civil 3D builds a 3D model of your load. If that's not a magic, I don't know what is. Also, this is the part where your computer fan starts to sound. It's preparing to take off. That's normal. It's just excited. So it's normal like that. Then you will have built your corridors like that. So like that, we have our corridors here. I have bacon. Let's go back. I don't know what's happening. We had our corridors. Run nice and lovely. Or else we mess with everything. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Let's go back to corridors. Corridors here won't change much, but just to create assembly from that surface corridor template, I just choose the one that I had browsed like that. Click open, click OK, like that, and here I choose surface, click OK. And then I just click this one, corridor, and then here it will just be modeling your corridor. So we will wait and then we will apply it. So here you get to see your corridors very nicely. So the computer is loading. This is why your computer fan gets to be used very nicely. If you don't have a good computer, it will just be growing up, but it will just be excited that you have been able to create a good. So like that, let's wait for it to give us. So it's just loading. Let's wait. Let's be patient with one another with our computers also, because never know. Mine might load even to the end of the ages, but let's hope not. So we have something like that. And then I just go and click check. And then I go back to my road here. Then my profile have been created wrongly. I needed it to come this way, but I don't know why these corridors have been created uh, this way. You see, so you need to be keen on how it has done it. So I will go back, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, back to assembly, Control Z, 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 Control Z. So that's how you create, but you need to create a perfect drone. So that's why I'm a bit um, going back so that I can check whatever we have done long range, then get to correct. So let's be patient with this one. I know the storage is almost full. That's why it's a bit dragging, it's dragging a bit. We're going to be patient with one another here. So it seems that it is not working for us today, but that's how you get to create your corridors. So quick escape, but it's not responding. So I just control this. Then I'm going to close the program. I don't know why it's not responding. So 3D. We are in it. Let's close it and then we get to see whatever we have created. So thank you very much guys for being with me here this time, and you have just survived in this tutorial. And just like that, you have survived your first Civil 3D session. You didn't cry, your laptop did not explode, and your road is technically drivable. So I think I'm just going to and then I'm just going to close this section. I'm going back to my profile here, and then I'm just going to create another corridor. So let's go home, corridors, corridors, and then corridors like that. I won't change much yet. Then I think let's see whatever we have now. So we're going to go to um, home again. It's dragging in a way, I don't know why. But we hope that everything is okay on the computer side. So that's my hope though, because it's not responding to me now. It refused. So thank you very much guys for being here with me. Let's go tools here. Then we get to home. Everything changed again. So home. So the 3D has refused to obey me, but no worries. We know how to do this. So, but like that, your laptop has been now can be breathing as it is doing now. I wanted us to get to the end of this, but since the laptop is breathing, let's get continue from this in our next tutorial. So whatever I'm going to do is to save this drawing. I'm going to save it in desktop so that I can, and then we're going to save the tutorial, surface road, or tutorial, surface road.